Welcome to Weekly Updates You Don't Give a Shit About, episode 23. I'm Mox, and I'm here.
Anyways, I
Yes,
am
yes,
your
go
fellow
on.
scammer. I'm your fellow scammer, Manu Aditya, and welcome to WUYDGASA 23. Let's go. Oh no, we
Yes,
need
to
to
follow
mention
me.
how
Yeah.
Bhargav is looking sincerely hot today.
Oh, yeah, nice cut, Bhargav.
Oh,
That
And I'm
that
the
uh,
haircut
person
is
who
Also,
has to edit
nice.
everything.
I think we finally get to move on from Adi's haircut today.
yeah. Apparently, I have a better barber. Okay, first piece of news.
Go on.
okay, hello everyone. I am Sid and I will be covering the first piece of news. And in the first piece of news, recently Brandon Sanderson and his team at Dragonsteel holded the convention of Dragonsteel 2024. And in that, we have gotten the release event for the fifth book in the Stormlight Archive, Wind and Shoot. And as most people who know me know, I absolutely love the Stormlight Archive. It is my second favorite book series of all time. It is killing me that I won't be able to read the fifth book when it comes out. I will have to wait for 4 months, and that's. I think I'll die soon with just the amount of raw, pent up excitement and also frustration that comes with not being able to read it right away. Then, yeah, that's really exciting. Then they actually announced a letter bound edition of the first Wheel of Time book, The Eye of the World, and that, of course, is also extremely exciting because The Wheel of Time is my favorite book series of all time. And seeing Sanderson and Dragonsdale are very well known for having these gorgeous letter bound editions of their books. And my God, seeing that taken to not just a Cosmere book, but also something outside of the Cosmere that Sanderson actually worked on is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see it because the footage that we have gotten so far is just absolutely gorgeous for this kind of stuff. But yes, the art is being made by Peter Penner. They're replacing the chapter icons are something very iconic in the Wheel of Time, and they're doing like reworked versions of that. And while usually that would be very off-putting, the way that Peter Penner has done it is just breathtaking. Then they have also announced the dates for Dragon Steel Nexus next year, which is the same as this year, which is December 4th to December 6th. Not much to talk about here, but yeah. And then they have announced a new short story collection by Sanderson, which is similar to Arcanum Unbounded, except different because Arcanum Unbounded was exclusively short stories and novellas set in the Cosmere, whereas this will have stories specifically outside of the Cosmere. And it's going to be centering around one novella that Prisha actually covered a couple Weekasas back. It was Moment Zero, which
Oh
he,
yeah, yeah, I remember. We had
yeah,
nothing to go off about
you
it.
were just like,
Yeah, and Aaron,
Moment
Yeah,
Zero.
get back to
yeah.
which
I
What?
just kept staring at the camera because I didn't know shit.
Mhm. Research is
I think
important,
that's what
kids.
you're doing right
But
now
yeah,
as
There
well.
was no research. There was nothing about the book on Google.
exactly, but you made it
Yes.
like so dramatic, like moment zero.
but
Yeah.
yes, it's going to be centering around this novella, which Brandon actually started work on specifically for the short story collection because he got the idea and he needed one short story or novella. Actually, it's about 50,000 words, which is actually just the length of a novel. But by Brandon Sanderson's standards, 100,000 words is a novel, and 50,000 words is somehow still a novella, even though a lot of books are shorter than 100,000 words. And most of Agatha Christie's work actually doesn't even meet the 50,000 word requirement to be a novel, but it already is. So, hey, what are you going to do? Along with Moment Zero, we're going to get stuff like Snapshot, Perfect State, Defending Elysium, which is a novella that was previously set, no, not previously, it's still set in the world of Skyward, and it's also going to be featuring five other stories. About Snapshot, actually, that might be the first Sanderson story to get adapted into a movie or a TV show or whatever. And I haven't actually read Snapshot because it's not in Cosmere, and I haven't read any Sanderson outside of the Cosmere and the Wheel of Time. Uh, and also, Sanderson is going to a Spanish convention called C2C3, I think. I'm not sure. Uh, God, I should have. But yes, he's going to become Brandon Sanderson, and no, he already is Brandon. He is going to be going to this convention. That's pretty exciting because this is in Europe. That's sick. And Wheel of Time season 3 has recently gotten its first poster, which Ari throw it up here. That's beautiful. It
Yeah,
looks really, really good.
I'll do
I
that.
have not actually watched any of the previous seasons of the Wheel of Time show because the reception to it by both book readers and non-book readers are is just very mixed. People say it's just not a good show, but hopefully it's good because this season is actually adapting one of the best books in the entire series and one of the best books I've ever read, The Shadow Rising, which is just beloved by the fandom. I have rambled long enough, so sure.
Oh my god. I've been dying to talk about this
Ball.
show, this manga, like everything, okay? Sid knows, okay? So it's
Yeah, I
called The
know.
Summer Hikaru Died. It's like a weird twist between BL and horror and like everything in between. So like the anime, it was recently announced by Netflix. It's coming out in summer 2025. Thank God it's after boards. Okay. And the basic plot is that there's this there's this duo, okay, two best friends, okay. Hikaru is one of them. So one evening, one night, Hikaru goes up to the haunted mountains and spoiler alert, he died, but it's like shown in the first chapter, so no
No,
one
that's
cares.
just sad.
Okay,
Yeah.
and he was replaced entirely by this entity. Okay, this entity copied his looks, his voice, his personality, so no one realized that Hikaru had died and he was replaced. Okay, but guess who did? His best friend. His best friend realized and he brought it up. Okay, and instead of killing the best friend, the monster like starts pleading with him, please don't tell anyone and stuff. And like this monster, he's like genuinely like shown to be like really, he's shown to be more humane than most humans. So he's got empathy, respect, kindness, sorrow, everything you could ask for in a human being. And this whole series is just how this monster goes on to protect the best friend. And yeah, you're welcome
Can I
for
say
telling me.
something? Can I say something?
For
Is it
sure.
This is
offensive?
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no. It's like
it's probably
Obviously.
gonna be, yeah.
I
it's
will
like
kick you out if you
it just sounds awfully similar to that one anime. What Demon Slayer.
excuse me.
What?
Excuse
What?
No, it does
Have
not.
you watched Demon Slayer?
can
Wait,
we can
No,
we kick him out?
wait, no, wait.
You know,
Isn't
no, I think it's very similar to
Explain
this one
yourself.
other anime. I think
Explain.
it's called Boku no Pico. I think it's very similar to that
Oh
one.
my
all
god.
right?
Oh my
I
god, get
know I've
out.
heard it
I
before.
mean, vibes are
No, we're
very
not
similar.
kicking Mox
That's
out.
why
I
I
love
think that.
Mox.
You did not just bring up Boku
Mox,
no
I love
Pico.
you.
Prisha, you
Yeah.
should read Discworld. Prisha, you should read Discworld.
One day, Sid. One day.
No, it's basically it sounds exactly the same.
I see. One day.
It's not exactly the same, but like
Right now, I'm
based
gonna
on
go reread The Summer Hikaru Died.
don't you have your exam?
I
If I'm
do. I
not
have
wrong.
Hindi on Monday.
She's got
Oh,
Yeah,
Sid
good luck
has
priorities.
for
Hindi
that.
too.
See, I
Sid,
have
you
a
have Hindi
textbook
on
right
Monday too.
here.
Dude, I don't even open my books. To be honest.
Oh,
Go
okay, I
on,
can gap now.
go on,
Okay,
go
so
on.
Yeah.
Speak more, bro.
I think the best thing about this, I'm talking about Hikaru, The Summer Hikaru Died. Okay, so like this series is gonna be so phenomenal because who meowed?
No, not Bhargav,
Bhargav.
Manowari. I
Wasn't
mean, you
me.
look the
Was
same.
not me.
Can we mute
It
him?
was not
I'm
me.
talking about my favorite
Yeah,
manga.
sure.
Anyway,
Mute
yeah.
my.
So this manga it like kind of changed my life because like when I read it because I'm kidding, it didn't change my life. Um, and if you see, I was like just like really excited when I heard when I saw a teaser on my homepage. Okay, I had to post about it immediately. And anyways, so this manga, it has so many hidden details and like the pacing of the whole thing is just perfect. And I hope they replicate that in the anime and they like keep the pace as it is. Okay, so because if it's too slow, then it's just gonna ruin the whole dynamic, and if it's too fast, they're gonna miss out on so many details that make the characters who they are. Okay, so I want to talk about Hikaru, well, the monster that is personating Hikaru. So this monster, he's like not after anyone, he's not trying to hurt anyone, he just wants to like enjoy life as a human. And I think that's so perfect because just the way he's portrayed, and he's portrayed as like a little bit of a wimp, okay, but like the thing is he's really like he's like this strong type of. I hate how no how Adi is just like looking at stuff while I'm talking about this.
Oh my god, fine.
No, no,
I'll
no.
look at Clash of
He,
Clans over here then. Yeah, go ahead.
um, I
I
have to
wouldn't
go
take
in
that.
like 5 minutes. Yeah. So like
Go on,
this,
go on.
I can't say much without spoiling the whole plot, and that's
Spoil
kind
it,
of sad. I don't want to spoil it because I want you guys
please.
to watch it. I want all of you to watch
For
it.
real, yeah.
Okay,
Don't
and
No.
spoil
tell me
it. I
all
might
this.
watch it sometime, so I don't want spoilers.
Yes, thank you. Like I'm not gonna
Nobody
say
got no
much. I'm just gonna say the character dynamics are so perfect because the best friend is scared of the monster, but the monster just wants to protect the best friend, and that's like so chef's kiss. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. Hello? Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to say a lot more about the anime, but like I kind of panicked because I was in the spot and I forgot. Okay, so it's mostly about like the teaser. So I think it's so nice how they've added like the accent, the local accent, and it just puts it in the small town vibe. And I like how in the teaser they added like distorted effects, and the distorted effects were accompanied by the, you know, the, what do you call it, realistic backgrounds. Okay, so like it's not very, it doesn't make sense now, but like once you read the manga, or like once you get to know the story, you'll see how these realistic background and distorted effects like really come into place and like make the whole thing appear so much scarier. Okay, and just the genuine vibe is actually like captured pretty well here, the chilling story and the plot, and it's just so nice. Peace.
You're not.
So, in the next piece of news, Superman and Lois is ending, so it could not compete with James Gunn's the new Superman movie that is
ECU.
coming out, which I believe is going to suck because
You're
I have no
wrong.
faith. Well, we'll find out, Sid. We will find
Don't you
out.
prefer
You
Man of Steel
know,
2?
yeah.
What? Why? Zack
Don't
Snyder
put my faith.
sucks. Zack Snyder is literally the worst thing ever. Every
What
single one
happened
of
to
his
Jack
films.
Snyder's cut of Justice League? I
I haven't
enjoyed
watched
that.
it. I haven't watched it, but like Man
It's
of
good.
Steel, it's
You should
it's
watch it,
not.
Sid.
I don't like it. Man of Steel is insanely overhyped. Then Batman versus
I
Superman is
still
an
don't get why.
absolute.
So you're saying Henry Cavill as Superman is not a good choice?
No, that's a good casting. It was just the horrible script and everything. That he just like no, I don't like that. I hate Zack Snyder shit. He's horrible.
Well,
James Gunn. First of all, look at Guardians. Look at Guardians. It is so
okay,
good. It is
fine.
literally the best part of the MCU. How can you not trust everything to him after that? It is the best part of the MCU.
Because
Who
it's
is it?
DC. Okay, fine. I'll tell you one thing. I had hypes about the Shazam sequel, and what happened to that? No one even talks about it anymore. So I
James Gunn
believe,
had no control over that. He had no control over that at
yeah,
all.
but like I just think that DC just takes good properties and makes them worse. You know.
See, that's before James Gunn came on. Now you watch.
So yeah, sure, Sid. We'll see. I'm willing to make a bet on screen with Sid that if this movie actually turns out good, I will shave off my hair.
It
Yeah,
is going. Yeah, okay, yeah. I want to
We,
see
I
we
will
both
shave
are
off
not
my
bald,
hair.
by the way. So,
Bald of. Oh my god.
Yeah,
bald craft.
but if it actually sucks, Sid, you're gonna give me all your books.
No,
Yeah, say that. That's what I'm gonna. That's what I was gonna take.
Can you guys
The
hear
bet
me
I'm not
has
now?
been
stupid.
made.
I'm not stupid enough to agree to that. Bye bye. Not happening.
All right, in our next piece of news, we got Pat Gelsinger retires. I am hyped for this shit. I am hyped for this shit because in Pat Gelsinger's 3 years while he was at the company, the stocks plummeted 61%. Do you know how bad that is?
That is bad. I
So
agree. That is
I'm hyped
bad.
about this. He made some really bad decisions. I hope whoever's next in line reverts those decisions and actually does some good shit that'll get the stock price up because my portfolio is not looking good. Anyway,
This stupid Genshin is there. I hate Genshin.
It just
I
sucks.
love
I love
Genshin.
Sonic.
You
Oh
guys.
no, ew,
I
Genshin! I
hate them.
hate that game.
Oh
I
my
hate that game.
god, get out of
Adi,
here.
What
why
are you
did you
saying?
why did
Genshin
you
is
pause
absolutely
recording?
I said
amazing.
what that
I
game
Like,
hate
what's
is
wrong with
running
you?
a
Genshin
scam.
is crazy.
It's mid.
I
It's
had an
absolutely
account with
amazing,
over
bro. Let's be real.
300 5 stars and it got hacked. I'm not playing that game ever again. I spent so much money on that account and it got hacked and I never got it back.
Do you want my
Oh
account
wait.
when I quit Genshin?
Your account is not my account. I had C6 of like almost every character in the game.
That's such a
Bhargav,
waste
you're
of
back.
money.
Welcome.
I had
Finally.
the money to spend it. So
No.
Your
that
Stop
rank
hating on
is.
Genshin Impact, bro. If you didn't like the game, it's probably because you weren't good at it.
oh oh
Oh
oh
my
you
god,
bet I
don't
was
How are you
that.
good at
dude.
Genshin Impact? It's literally
How
just
can you be good at
aim,
it?
aim.
You
Yeah,
don't
like
even need to
how are
aim.
you good at
You
it?
just
You don't even
you
need to
just need
aim.
to you just need to click three buttons. Your mouse
The
click
combat system
Q
is
and E.
literally like the most basic thing I've ever seen in my life. If you
Exactly.
let
Exactly.
I
me,
set up
Are
a
you
match
It's
and
are
I'll
you
never
dumb?
die.
it's the
Half the shit
story.
is
It's the story
the
of the
story is
game.
Okay,
mid.
okay. I
the story
personally
is the
no,
worst
the
shit I've
story
You
is
did not just
nice.
call the story
You
mid.
did not call the story mid.
You did not call the story
The
mid.
Sir, you
Borderlands
did
movie is
not.
better than
Take
the
that
story.
back. Okay?
Shut up. Your existence is more boring than the story.
Raghav,
I
you're only
don't
saying
care.
that
I
because
hate
you're
the story. Screw the
freaky.
story.
That's
You guys
the
have no
story is so
taste.
nice, but the game sucks to
Yeah.
be honest. The story is nice, but the game sucks. I,
Fair.
I,
I
I
have so
hate
many
how
hours of
I have
people.
to explore the entire map for 15 hours just to find some floating shit.
What are your guys' thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero?
Oh my god. Oh, don't get me
What
started.
news are we
Okay.
covering?
See, it's colorful and the combat
Genshin
system is
sucks.
refreshing, but but
That's what we're
when I
covering.
started playing the game, they were like, no hot guys. Okay.
Oh my
Okay, now you're
god.
What is
capping.
that?
That is
I
so
personally
helpful.
found the MC so cute
That's a
and
criteria.
I know,
adorable.
right? The MC was so cute.
Exactly. So
Moving
you can
Both
just
on.
of them. Both of them were
Let's
so
move
cute.
on.
no, I don't like Lumine. Lumine is a bad
Lumine.
person. All right, see you guys. Bye. How do you even
Bye.
leave? Bye.
Did he cover any news?
Nope.
No.
We're just gonna keep the yap session. Okay.
Let's move on with the news. Come on.
I mean,
Yeah.
half the shit is going in the bloopers. I don't even care at this point. All right. So next up, we have Game Award nominations. More Game Award nominations for the Players' Choice, Players' Voice Awards, which is the Players Award. So there's a lot of familiar names over here. Final Fantasy 6, no 7. Shit. Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 14. God damn.
Oh,
There's a lot of Final Fantasies, ain't there? There's
Yeah.
Fortnite, there's Genshin Impact, and there's Helldivers 2. I think Helldivers 2
you're
is
forgetting
just
them. You're
another.
forgetting the big one. You're forgetting the big one, Adi.
No,
Sonic
not
X
forgetting
Shadow
anything.
Generation.
Oh
Sonic
yeah.
X
I
Shadow
saw that
Generation.
one as well.
And it was voted out in the first round, which is so weird because it's so much better than Genshin. I can tell just by watching the game.
Yeah,
Sid.
but the thing is,
I
it's
mean,
more about like how many players play it rather than how good it is.
Yeah, that is the truth.
that
But
is
like
sad.
it
Why?
sold 1 million copies in one day.
And I mean, there's so much stuff in this thing, and there's Elden
But
Ring,
Sonic X
Shadow of the
Shadow
FP, there's
Generation should
Dragon
have
Ball
beat
Zero,
Genshin.
there's No
Should
Man's
have
Sky.
beat
Oh
Genshin.
shit, there's Palworld too. And my favorite, there's Warframe. Go vote for Warframe. You're like one of the devs literally went on Twitter and they're like, if we win the Players' Voice Award, we will literally put this really overpowered weapon into the game. So just vote. But
What if
obviously
people
that's
want the
not
power
gonna
scaling
happen
to be
because
like level?
well,
Hmm.
oh man, what the
I don't think we can yap anymore.
But yes,
that's pretty
Sonic
much
should
it.
have beat Genshin. Sonic should have beat Genshin.
I mean, isn't Genshin like a multiplayer free world type of game?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but
It's
also
open
it's
world. It
mid.
can be multiplayer.
Yeah. So I think since it's multiplayer,
I think the more people are like into it, I guess.
Yeah, like
Sonic
people like
Superstars in
me who play
multiplayer.
solo have fun with it too. So
Yeah.
What do you guys think is going to win this award?
I wish it was Sonic X
Uh,
Shadow
I
Generations.
mean, I know
I'm gonna
Genshin
bet
won
on.
after all the memes against it.
I
Last time
don't. I
somehow
think.
Genshin won against Sonic Frontiers, and now it won against Sonic X Shadow Generations. Even though Sonic X Shadow Generations is way
Wait,
better.
hold on. Is Final Fantasy nominated?
Yeah,
Yes, 6 and
Final
14 to 7.
Fantasy
I think that's gonna win.
I
probably.
pers.
There is a pretty good
I.
chance.
Okay. What do you guys think about Call of Duty though?
They pump out the same game every year, just like FIFA and shit like that.
They pump out the
I mean,
No.
same game, but like
right.
for some reason, like I
It's.
remember playing.
You played
Yeah,
Black Ops 6? Didn't it come out this month?
not Black Ops 6, but I played like a much older game. Like it was just a free play weekend, I guess. That's why I just played it over the weekend, and it was really fun. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
what
that.
I'm saying. So I am putting my bet on Call of Duty.
I'm putting my bet on like the generic shit. Like for example, Zenless Zone Zero, Genshin, or Fortnite. They'll probably win.
I
Most
still
generic
think
shit.
Fortnite is overrated, but yeah.
I
Fortnite
mean,
is
if
overrated, but I
Black
mean they
Myth
are
is nominated, I
they
think
are
Black
banned.
Myth will win. You know, Black Myth's got a good chance of winning if it's nominated.
Yeah,
Black Myth.
yeah.
Oh, alright.
The
There
monkey
are
one.
lots of good nominations over here,
Yeah, the monkey
and the
one.
fake reacts.
That's Sun Wukong! Come on, guys.
Yes, Black Moon Wukong. That's Black Myth. Yeah.
Sun Wu. Did you guys see the Game Over where there's like a poster of him and Goku?
We all know what we're talking about. We all know what we're talking about, Bhargav.
Okay, dude. I've watched same amount of anime as you now. It's fine. It's
Have you
fine.
watched Boku
I
no
doubt that,
Pico?
but it's okay. I don't mind.
Okay. And in the next piece of news, And in the next piece of news, Philomena Conke, who is a comedy icon, will be returning with a 1 hour special called Conk on Life. Now, I've watched Conk on Earth. It is absolutely hilarious. If you haven't, it's on Netflix. Go just log in. It's very
Oh,
adult.
fuck.
Just watch it right now. It is absolutely hilarious. It is one of the funniest things I've ever watched. It's like a mockumentary style thing where in Conk she just goes through the history of the world, but in the funniest way possible. Seriously, go watch it. But yes, so this special will see her try to answer the question, what's the point of it all? And I can already see the immense amount of jokes that can be made out of this. And Conk, Conk is just the kind of show that can take any concept and just run with it and drag it out to perfection. So I can't wait to see this. It's releasing January 2nd, which is again during pre-boards, like literally everything else for
Well, I mean, it's like a 5 month period where you are not free. So I mean, literally anything releases during this 5 month period, and yeah, it's
Yes,
pre-board.
the universe hates us.
Remember, I will. I don't think if Ruth remembers or not, but the One Piece live action came out during the pre-board and shit, and I binge watched that shit like
Oh
every
You
yeah,
time.
know what? Speaking of which, I have constantly kept prolonging the One Piece live action, and I've still not watched it.
Why?
Oh,
Okay, fine. See, look, watch it before the season two, so your opinion does not get like just based on season two. Watch it before season two ever happens.
no, I
I
mean,
I'm gonna
mean,
watch. I'm gonna watch it. That's for sure.
you can watch it after season 2 comes out because then you have like more episodes to binge watch.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
mean,
no. I have
no.
no. I. You need to.
The thing
I have
is,
no faith in
I
season
can't
two.
really be. I can't really be spoiled, can I? Because I've been caught
why?
up
Why not?
with the manga
Bhargav,
for.
you have no
Because
faith in
I've been caught up
literally
with the
anything.
manga for way too long.
No, Sid, it's not that I don't have faith. See, I have faith in some things like Sakamoto Days. Yeah, it's going on January.
That's like
Anyway,
the one thing. That's like the one thing.
yeah, well, I love it. Okay, so fuck you, Sid.
I
You
have faith
will.
in
Yeah, that's
Star
one
Wars.
thing.
He did a
I'm
great
sorry,
job.
I don't have
but
a lot
like
of
Wonder
I
faith in
feel
the
you
new gen stuff that's
you
coming
don't
out.
have faith in like Superman, which is like that's James Gunn. That's basically a guarantee to
I
be good.
watch DC shit. Okay, sometimes it hits, sometimes it's not. So it's really hard to
Yeah,
predict.
but
Bro,
this
it
is
usually
different.
hits. I can't believe you're possibly trying to make a point that Marvel might remotely be better than DC.
Exactly.
It
Okay,
is.
no, not like in other ways, but like, okay, come on. Okay, just compare the No Way Home to Flash, you know.
No,
Look,
James Gunn did
both
not
sides
have any.
both
Okay,
sides have
see, that's the
absolutely
problem with the
disgusting stuff online.
DCEU. That's the problem with the DCEU. The DCU is completely different because it's basically taking all of that and doing a soft reboot because it's going in a new creative direction.
That's what I'm saying.
Creature Commandos has already come out, and that has already gotten incredible. Like the first two episodes have come out, and that's already gotten like incredible critical reception. It's gotten like 99. I think the first episode got like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It is apparently incredible, and like I have faith in James Gunn because
Okay,
he's the
fine. You know
best.
what? Just because I will watch it, but it's like, having you can not have a faith in something and still enjoy it, Sid. I mean, yeah.
All right. So, in our next piece of news, PlayStation hits 30-year anniversary. To celebrate this, Sony has launched this. Sony has launched a special version of the PS5, which like has the color scheme of the original PlayStation, and they also have this like limited time software. I think
You
where
can
it's
choose the
like
themes for the PS5. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
it's
I
like
chose the
cool.
PS4 one because of the amount of. So wait, sorry.
Now go for it. Sid.
Sid.
My brother chose the PS4 one because of the immense amount of nostalgia attached to that because we grew up on the PS4 and it's an absolute masterpiece of a console. And bye bye.
I mean, but do you think it'll stick around like long
Just
term though, or
ragged
is it
and
just
mess.
like for
I
a few
hope
months?
so. If it doesn't, me and my brother will break into PlayStation headquarters and shoot them all in the heads until. Yeah.
Uh,
God damn
all
it.
right, guys, imagine Sid breaking into PlayStation headquarters.
Let's put a
Yeah, they'd
picture
probably
of
just poke me in
Sid.
the stomach
No,
and
no,
then
no,
fall to the
no.
ground.
Just put a picture of Sid, but put his face on like a guy, a Habibi one, and then just running to the like that.
Gosh.
Put it
Uh,
right there.
All right, so we've got a huge announcement right now. So, One Piece, one of the greatest shows of all time in all of fiction, possibly the best anime and manga ever created. Okay, no, perhaps not manga. I'd still put Berserk much above it. Regardless,
What
One
about
Piece is going.
Vagabond?
I thought the
Yeah,
One
that
Piece
too. I don't
anime was
think,
horrible.
but I don't think that's what we're going to be
Anime is
talking about
not
right now.
horrible,
The
Sid.
anime is not horrible anymore, though. It's going crazy.
Okay, I thought like at the beginning thing, like the pacing was like absolute shit and all that.
Yeah, but that
Yeah,
they're gonna
that's
fix
true.
it with the One Piece.
Oh yeah, but like that's a
Yeah,
different
so
anime.
One Piece is going
Right.
crazy right now, mainly because they've got a live action out. Absolutely swinging around with their new animation. Plus, they've taken a 6 month break. There's 4 months of it remaining right now. So those who haven't watched it can catch up to it right now because the manga is at its final saga. So it should end in like 3 or 4 more years.
God
So
damn it.
it's cool to catch up right now and stay along with it. So the main thing that we've got right now is One Piece has got a game coming up on Roblox called One Piece Grand Arena. It's a multiplayer action game, and One Piece's games usually have had a good reputation specifically because of how good the show is, and I guess specifically because how toxic a lot of the fans may be. The creators are pressured to make it cool, so that's what gives it
Yeah.
some actual hope. It was developed by Geek Out KK and has been published by the Bandai Namco Entertainment, which deals with most of One Piece's games. Like the whole thing is that 20 players can play at once, and they have to be what they call the Pirate King. They have to increase their bounties by opening treasure chests and stuff. And the one who gets the Pirate King's bounty first is going to be the Pirate King. Now, I'm not going to tell what
Damn.
bounty that is because that's a spoiler for the actual show, but I'm actually hyped for this. Now, I'm not much of a Roblox guy, to be honest, but because specifically of this new collaboration, I might be tempted to actually check it out.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
good choice.
thanks.
Well,
You
yeah.
know, in like the next year, One Piece is gonna have the best anime, the best live action, the best manga, and all that. So it's gonna be dominating over all the sectors, I guess.
And it's
Yeah,
already like the
specifically,
best-selling manga of all time, so it's just gonna just dominate
because
everything even more.
most of the manga that are better than One Piece aren't really doing much right now because Berserk, the creators died, so the chapters are coming in very less frequently. Vagabond's been on like an insane hiatus,
I thought
so
he was coming back though.
we
Wasn't
we
there
all
something
heard
about
that it was
that?
coming back, but we don't know when. That's the main problem.
My God, I just isn't
Oh
it
yeah,
like Musashi?
speaking of which, there's one more which might surpass One Piece at this point, and that's Hunter x Hunter, because they've been releasing weekly chapters right now, and the arc is
Wait,
going
yeah.
absolutely crazy.
Wait, which arc is it on right now? I mean, the last time it was at the tournament arc, right, where ended on a hiatus.
Yeah, but since
Was it?
then they've released like a lot of chapters. This
Oh
arc
fuck!
is
Actually,
currently
Hunter x
like
Hunter.
very technical, but it's got amazing writing.
Damn, you need to watch it. Gonna have to read that shit. I feel like
It
Hunter
goes
x
hard. And
Hunter
oh yeah,
deserves
I
more
forgot
credit.
to I forgot to mention this, and a lot of people don't exactly know this to be honest, which I don't get why. But One Piece is the second highest selling series of all time, second only to Harry Potter, with over 516 million sales, and it's still
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Oh,
You
it's
know,
Yeah,
it
that.
really
outsold that.
dang.
Yeah,
I knew it sold a lot, but like that's a lot. It's
it is
also
a
like
lot.
overtaken like Spider-Man in terms of sales of comic books. It's like now the third highest selling
Spider-Man, Batman.
series of
The
all time.
only one time Demon Slayer got ahead of One Piece was just because of episode 8 of season 1. That one
Yeah, like the
episode.
people were no, the thing is with Demon Slayer, the manga is like really subpar. There's just some aspects of backstories that they do better than the anime does, but overall it's, not a very good manga. But people just kept buying it because the anime was going crazy.
Yeah, that's the one time it got ahead of One Piece, and I was like completely shocked of how
I
that
felt
even
like
happened.
Demon Slayer only sells more than One Piece in terms of like by per volume. Like overall, One Piece is sold more, right? I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, like for a long time, One Piece hasn't. When I say long time, I mean like what, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 years. It hasn't really cracked the highest sold manga of all of like that year for really long, but it still has like sales that are at such a higher number that it's not comparable. Like there's a
yeah,
200 million sale difference between the second highest sold and first highest sold manga.
damn.
Oh, what was most sold yesterday? I mean, like last year.
Last year it was
Jujutsu
Blue
Kaisen
Lock,
or something?
the
Oh,
sports
Blue
manga.
Lock.
No, it was Blue Lock.
Blue
JJK
Lock?
was the most sold this year.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Blue Lock sold more last year? How?
No, like I've actually checked it, and reports of it have been flying all around because the current anime adaptation is not really good. So a lot of people are
Oh
talking about how they
god.
messed up the highest selling manga of like last year.
Yeah, I've
You
heard
know
that it
how,
has like terrible animation.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
maybe
like
like
it's been
comparing it to Photoshop
done
and
in
shit.
PowerPoint.
No.
All right, so I had a lot of
No.
fun today,
Okay.
but I have to be
Man.
leaving now.
No, I had
Thanks
that
a
as
lot
well.
for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks especially to Bhargav for inviting me into here, and I loved it. Let's go. Peace.
So yeah,
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye, Jacobs.
right. All right. So Minecraft just dropped a video where they're just announcing all the stuff that they're planning. And so basically, the new update has come out. I think 1.22. Oh, so creaking, pale gardens, all that shit. And there's also like a monthly or a community challenge. It's where you have to like place blocks of resins, defeat creaking, all that stuff. So yeah, I mean Minecraft's doing some shit right now.
Well,
Community stuff.
let's talk about the trailer that came out, you know. Let's just talk about what they're not doing right so we can put some hate on it. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, this under the video, there's also like there's a lawsuit against Minecraft going on right now that like half the community knows about. Out, it's like is Minecraft changed their terms of service? Is so a few developers are mad at that because now apparently there's no guns allowed in Minecraft. So I mean, they're
what?
suing more time for that.
Why would they do that?
Well, I mean, technically they are correct. I mean, they can technically sue Mojang for that because like when the EULA changes happen, usually when a company changes is their terms of service, they have to like notify all its users like, hey we changed this. If you don't agree with our terms of service, then please say that then you can just stop using our service or something. So
Did
usually
you
they notify people about the service, but since they didn't notify and people just kept using it, Mojang and just got that thing where if people keep using your service even after the URL changes, that means they automatically agree to the thing. So I mean, they do have a case in court, or the not Mojang, they don't have a case in court, but the developers have a case in court.
Did you see the new trailer that came out? Did
GTA,
we cover it?
no,
We that's what we were talking
it's
about.
not GTA 6, man. It is not.
Oh, wait, no,
It's,
wait, we didn't do that yet. Manu was supposed to do that. Did you do it? Have you watched the trailer?
I watched the trailer, but it's like a GTA Online DLC. It was the one I was talking about last episode. Like
Okay,
there's a
let's
new
just
Wait,
update
let's
coming.
use.
what's the next
Okay,
news?
who wants to do the Harry Potter stuff?
Go.
Alright, so the next piece of news, Papa S. I don't care, was casted as Professor Snape in Harry Potter. Well, I don't think anybody in the new Harry
The
Potter,
new
whatever
live
they're
action of
doing,
Harry Potter.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing it. Anyway, so I feel like
Money.
Alan Rickman, Sid, obviously. But I still feel like Alan Rickman and his performance in all of the Harry Potter movies, nobody could ever beat that. But like, when Alan Rickman was like Snape, he was Snape. When he walked like Snape and talked like Snape, nobody could ever beat that. I just feel like turning Harry Potter into like a season-wise thing would be great for like if they want to adapt the book that like well. But like in the movies they left out a lot of things from the book. But I think the series idea is going to be great. Better, it's going to be better than the live action How to Train Your Dragon, obviously. And yeah,
Obviously,
obviously, yeah. No, you know what?
just anything can be better than that. Hi, Prisha.
Obviously, it's greater than that. Well, yeah, that's it. I mean,
Obviously. And today we are going to be covering what we're reading and watching. And I am currently reading and watching. I'm currently reading the Ennie's Lobby arc of One Piece, which I have heard from literally everyone who's read it. It's just an absolute masterpiece. I cannot wait to see how it goes. I recently finished Water 7, and that ends on a big cliffhanger leading into this one. No spoilers, of course. Adi, say the thing.
No, no, come
You have
on.
to say the episode that was part of the bet. You have to do it.
No spoily.
No. No
No,
Yeah.
no. What's happening, bro?
But yes, and you can't edit that out, like legally.
Oh
If you
my
edit that
god,
out, I will
fine.
put WUYDGASA on hold until boards.
Fine.
Can I go next, guys?
But yes, that is my main. That is what I am reading, and I am not doing anything else. I could be reading Wind and Truth, but I have three words right now. I'm gonna go into a corner and cry.
Raghav, you want to do what you're reading and watching, or no?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be talking about what I'm reading and watching. I'm reading the NCRT textbooks and I'm watching
That joke is
videos.
done to death. That joke is done to death. That's not funny anymore. Stop.
Yeah, fine. Okay, guys.
All right, so
I'm
now
just
on to
reading
what
random
I'm
man.
watching and reading and playing. So I'm still reading Mistborn. I haven't had a lot of time to read it this week because like exam.
Exam.
Yeah,
Ex-
and I'm
exam.
playing GTA because obviously the GTA.
It's Artie. He's gonna be playing GTA all day, every day.
Yeah, yeah. It's just always GTA.
I know you.
If I'm not playing GTA, that ain't me. That ain't me. That's a clone. Kill it.